Distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, the 15th facilitative sharing of view is the good opportunity for Burundi to present its first biennial update report, BUR1. I am the presenter, and my name is Emanuela Genzebuhoro, the BUR1 coordinator. The content of our presentation is the following. First, national context. 2, greenhouse gas inventory. Third, mitigation actions and effect. 4, barriers and support needed and received. 5th, the enhanced transparency framework, transition and implementation, ETF. We are now on the first item, the national context. This item has 3 subcomponents. The first is the institutional arrangement. The second is the domestic MRV. And the third is the improvement made. As institutional arrangement, the implementation of the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change is coordinated by the Ministry of Environment, Agriculture and Livestock through 2 institutions, the Burundian Geographical Institute, which is the national focal point of the convention. The second institution is the Burundian Office for the Environment Protection, which is the technical body of the greenhouse gas inventory preparation and the mitigation and adaptation actions assessment and coordinating. The 2 institutions are supported by a steering committee comprised of stakeholders institutions dealing with climate change. The second subcomponent on this item is domestic MRV. We have actually in Burundi 3 types of MRV. The MRV, greenhouse gas emission, the MRV mitigation, and the MRV support. The Burundian Office for the Environment Protection is coordinating the MRV process. We have 4 sectoral teams which are in charge to prepare the greenhouse gas inventory report and to assess the mitigation action and measures. As improvement on the national context, we have 1, a decree which formalizes the greenhouse gas inventory system. Secondly, we have the project CBIT, which has started working. The CBIT project will improve the actual MRV system and will build capacity building of national teams on greenhouse gas inventory and mitigation assessment. As the second item of our presentation, we have the greenhouse gas inventory. We have summarized the greenhouse gas inventory outcome on the following graphic. As you can see, Burundi generally has a negative emission balance. It means that absorption dominates emission, or Burundi is a sink of carbon emissions due to the forest sector. We have, as the third item on our presentation, the mitigation actions and effect. Normally, Burundi has started to implement concrete mitigation action. First, reforestation. 2, restoration of degraded lands. 3, improved wood and charcoal stoves. 4, energy efficient equipment. 5, buses in the public transport to reduce emissions from fossil fuel. Lastly, Burundi has started to implement organic fertilizers in agriculture. We have reported in the BUR1 report some mitigation action, renewable energy like solar and hydroelectric plants. The second is forest cover. The third is soil conservation. The fourth is rice cultivation on the short period. The fifth is organomineral fertilizers. The sixth is valorization of wood. The seventh is domestic animal husbandry systems. We have also reported in our BUR1 the CDM project identified as follows. 1. Improved cooked stoves. Second, renewable energy project like solar and hydropower. Once those projects proposed implementing, we will have as outcome the following: 70,132 gigagrams of carbon emission sequestrated, while 45,337 gigagrams carbon emission equivalent are emission avoided. On the mitigation action and effect item, we have some improvement. First, we can use template for reporting. For example, we use the GIZ template to prepare our BUR1. Secondly, we have now availability of software like the IPCC 2006. As the fourth item of our presentation, we have barriers, support needed and received. On the first compound, we have some constraints on capacity building. Those constraints are observed on development of national communication and BUR reports, where we met the lack of data on the whole country. We can also mention the constraint to monitor and coordinate climate change action. And the constraint is the sectoral expert who cannot be available all time we need them. We have also some support received in our BUR report. The financial received are those that we use to implement the BUR project. The second, capacity building, have been made through training on greenhouse gas tools and MRV system. We have some need of support. The first is financial resources to improve the information system on climate change. The second need is the financial resources to improve the greenhouse gas inventory process and the MRV system. We have made some improvement on the item. The first is the training given by the GSP and the CBIT project. The second improvement is the involvement of the central bank in the financial resource management. We have now the fifth item of our presentation. It is the ETF. Firstly, as an ongoing initiative, we can mention BTR project launched in September 2023. We can also mention the CBIT project launched on March this year. We can lastly mention the fourth national communication started also on March this year. Secondly, the mitigation project under implementation are the following. First, Burundi Landscape Restoration and Resilience Project, covering 4 provinces from 2019. The second project under implementation is Ewe Burundi Rambaye, which targeting to settle 20% hectares by 2025. The third project under implementation are improved soft for household through the whole country. The fourth project is the biogas project, but they still in experimentation. The fifth category of project under implementation are hydropower plants, and the last project are solar projects. In conclusion, Burundi considers mitigation action to be a high priority as climate change adaptation actions, as they all contribute to development. For that reason, Burundi encourages technical and financial partners to support it in implementing its National Development Plan, the NDC report, and the climate change tools and strategies. Burundi takes this opportunity to thank all partners for their supporting on enabling activities and on the activities on the ground. We also thank the partners who started to finance concrete mitigation and adaptation activities. Lastly, we would like to thank all experts, foreign and national, who have contributed to the BUR1 process until now. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished delegates, this is the end of our presentation, and we thank you for your attention.